If you're not experiencing fear, then you're not taking new actions and you're not growing as a person. He states that obsession is like a fire. You want to build it so big that people are compelled to sit around in admiration. This is one of my favorite parts of the chapter. Grant Cardone goes in and talks about omnipresence, which I actually did not know this word before. I had to look it up, and well, he explained it in the book as well. But if you guys are new to the channel, I'm Anthony Pietrobono, online coach, personal trainer, and student, and I post educational fitness content, vlogs of my full days of eating, and now I'm going to start posting book reviews once a week on Mondays. So feel free to subscribe if you're interested in those. Let's jump right into today's book review. So we have The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. This book is guaranteed to inspire you to take way more action and commit to your goals. The 10X rule means that you must set targets that are 10 times more than you think you want. So if you say, I want to make $100,000 this year, you 10X that. So you say you want to make 1 million this year, and then you take 10 times more action than you think you will need to take to reach that 1 million. Massive thoughts must be followed by massive actions. In the book, Grant Cardone talks about how people are very limited by the goals they set. They're not setting such ridiculously high extreme goals that are out of their reach, and those are the kind of goals that you want to set, because those are the goals that are going to keep you inspired and motivated to actually take a lot of action each day, waking up knowing that this goal is attainable. The problem with setting low standard goals is that you're selling yourself short. You won't be putting as much effort as you could, and you'll feel accomplished when you achieve these low goals. Never reduce a target. So when you set a goal, you set your target. If time starts running out and you're getting close to that target deadline, then just increase your actions. Don't move the target date. Be aware of when you start making excuses to why you're not reaching your goals. When you start making excuses, you know you're not taking enough action. Grant talks about creating your own luck. People who fully commit themselves to become successful and make success their duty, they are the ones who seem to get lucky in life. When you change your mindset to approach success as your duty, obligation, and responsibility, opportunities seem to come your way. Take full responsibility for everything. Don't play the victim game. I've actually personally read about this in plenty of books. We may not have a say in what happens to us, but we always have a choice of how we respond to it. He discusses the 4 degrees of action. People either do nothing, retreat, take normal levels of action, or they take massive action. How many people fall in the first 3 degrees of action? There's very few people who are taking massive action towards their goals, and those are the people who become successful. Grant states that competition is for sissies. Competing with others limits your ability to think creatively because you're too busy watching what someone else is doing. Instead, focus on yourself and dominate the sector. The best way to dominate is to do exactly what no one else is willing to do. So look at what everyone else is doing in your niche or field, and then do the things that you know they're not doing and they're not willing to do. He talks about how average people think that obsession is a disease when obsession is really a gift. Until you become completely obsessed with your mission, no one's going to take you seriously. He states that obsession is like a fire. You want to build it so big that people are compelled to sit around in admiration. Too many people don't fully commit to their goals. They're too worried that it might not work out, so they don't want to completely burn the boats and burn the bridges and just go full tilt into their passion. So Grant Cardone actually encourages us to commit first and then figure it out later, which is totally opposite of what most people think. I'm guilty of this myself because I simply don't have enough courage to do certain things. But he's saying that once you commit to something, you find a way to make it happen. And fear is actually a sign that you're doing what's needed to move in the right direction. He talks about fear as an acronym for false events appearing real. So we need to use fear as a reason to move forward, not a reason to retreat. Always keep in mind that nothing happens without action. So when you're afraid to take those certain actions, or you're afraid to do anything, you're afraid to approach a girl, you're afraid to make that next step in your business, that's when you know it's the right thing to do. If you're not experiencing fear, then you're not taking new actions and you're not growing as a person. He talks about how he doesn't believe in time management. The only way to increase your time is to get more done in the time you have. Most people only work enough so that it feels like work, whereas successful people work at such a pace that gets such satisfying results that work actually feels like a reward. So if you're feeling like you're not getting enough done, try sitting down and logging what you do in a regular day. Track every minute and every hour of what you did throughout the day, and you'll see so much time wasted that you could have been working on your goals. He talks about how criticism is actually a sign of success. Once you start taking massive action and generating any substantial amount of success, people will start to pay more attention to you. Some will love you, but unfortunately, a lot of people will envy you. But let's face it, no matter what choices you make in life, there's always going to be people who are going to criticize you. And those who initially judged you for your actions will totally praise you later on when you're more successful. This is one of my favorite parts of the chapter. Grant Cardone goes in and talks about omnipresence, which I actually did not know this word before. I had to look it up, and well, he explained it in the book as well. But omnipresence simply means being everywhere. So you want to make it seem like you're in 5 places at once. You want people to see you so often that they think of you constantly and they immediately associate you with a brand or a logo. You have to get people to know you, so you need to get attention. And the best way to get attention is just to simply be everywhere all the time. So post a lot of valuable content, be all over the internet, market yourself effectively. He talks about how we make up excuses to try to justify ourselves for certain situations. We use them to make ourselves feel better, but that will never change our current situation. So we just have to forget about making excuses and just take full responsibility. To finish off the book, he goes into 32 traits that successful people have. I'm just gonna share some of my favorites. Focus on opportunities, seek to solve problems, persist until you're successful, so never give up, just keep on trying and believe that it's gonna happen. Readily take action, always say yes. Focus on the now. So too many people focus on the past and they're not focusing on the now or the future. Don't dwell on your past experiences, just focus on what's happening right now and what you can do right now. Demonstrate courage. This is a tough one for me. I'm really working on trying to be more courageous and make more leaps into actually committing to things. I have a fear of failure as well. I'm trying to overcome a fear of failure. Embrace change. Be interested in results. Don't track your effort, track results. Work hard until you get those results. Don't give up when you think you've done enough effort. Wait until you get the results. Number 10, have big goals and dreams. Number 11 is be uncomfortable. So get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Putting yourself in uncomfortable situations is going to help you grow and become more successful. The 12th trait out of my favorite 32 traits is be dedicated to continuous learning. Never settle, never think you've learned enough in your field. Always be open and willing to learn new things. And number 13 would be to reach up in relationships. This is another thing I really struggle with. So don't be afraid to reach up to people who are doing better than you in your field and start asking them for help or asking them for advice. I never do this. I have like a really lone wolf mentality and I kind of just do my own thing and I don't really reach out to anyone, and I kind of feel bad if I ask to someone who's doing better than me. So that's one thing I need to start working on myself. So those are my favorite 13 traits out of the 32 in the book. I don't want to go on to go through all 32. It would just take a lot of time. So that's the whole review of the book. One of the key points I think we all need to take away from this book is the 10x rule. So set a goal and then 10 times that goal, and then take 10 times more action than you think it will take to reach that goal. So let me know what your favorite book is in the comments below, and I hope you guys enjoy this series. Let me know what you guys think of this book review, and if you guys want to see more of this kind of series, I'll be doing videos like this every Monday. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.